Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Property Management 101, and today we'll be discussing the three biggest differences between student housing and conventional housing. If you've not already done so, please watch my disclosure video as well as my Why I Do This video. If you find this video helpful and learn something new, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. This video will be helpful for anyone that's considering investing on one side over the other, or if someone is considering working on one side of the industry over another, or making a transition to one of the sides. I've heard from recruiters and seen personally that this transition from student housing to conventional usually works well, and the transition from conventional to student housing usually is much harder of a transition. Now, on to the three biggest differences between student housing and conventional housing. Number one is turn. In student housing every year, there is a 10 to 14 day window that is referred to as turn. This is when 60 to 80% of your property moves out and moves back in within 2 weeks. In conventional housing, you do not have this turn period. In conventional housing, normally you won't have any more than 10% of your site move out and move back in over the course of 1 month. If you have any more questions about what turn is in student housing, please watch my video titled Turn in Student Housing, and I'll post this video link below in the video description. Number two biggest difference between student housing and conventional housing, renewal expectations. Every year in student housing, a big percentage of your expirations will be graduating, transferring, leaving school, and their situation will change that will result in them leaving the area. These individuals are not leaving due to the property's features, renewal offer price, customer service they received, etc. Due to this always being the case, every year your renewal conversion will not be as strong as it usually is with conventional housing. It is rare to have a resident more than 4 years in student housing, while in conventional housing, having a resident 10 plus years is not uncommon. Now, the third biggest difference between student housing and conventional housing, the guarantor. In student housing, you'll see that in most cases, the applicant will be required to have a guarantor to be approved. Usually in student housing, the guarantor is a parent or guardian, but it doesn't have to be. Students are mostly inexperienced renters compared to residents in conventional housing. Due to this, you often see the guarantor step in and have just as many, if not more, questions than the students actually living in the unit themselves. Do not be surprised if the guarantor is the one that is contacting the office more often, such as following up work orders, renewal status, move-out questions, etc., almost as if they were living in the units themselves. Due to this, the volume of questions can be much higher at a student property compared to a conventional property. I hope you found this video helpful and learned some new things about the differences between student housing and conventional housing. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Happy leasing!